Every day, your brain gets just one opportunity to clean, repair, and prepare itself for tomorrow. And that happens only when you're asleep. If that process is interrupted once in a while, you'll probably feel tired the next day. But when poor sleep becomes a habit, the consequences go far beyond feeling sleepy. Research has linked chronic poor sleep with problems such as poor memory, difficulty concentrating, higher blood sugar, elevated blood pressure, a weakened immune system, weight gain, depression, anxiety, and over time, an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases, including Alzheimer's disease. That's why sleep isn't a luxury. It's one of the most important investments you make in your future health. The surprising part is that most people still think sleep is simply a time when the brain switches off and rests. It doesn't. While you're asleep, your brain is incredibly busy. It performs repair work, removes waste, strengthens memories, regulates hormones, and prepares your body for the next day. And until just over a decade ago, scientists didn't even know one of its most important repair systems existed. Today, I'm going to explain what your brain is actually doing while you're asleep, why it matters for healthy aging, and what the scientific evidence tells us about improving your sleep naturally and scientifically. Because once you understand what's happening inside your brain every night, you'll never look at sleep the same way again. So what is your brain actually doing while you're asleep? For years, doctors could see the consequences of poor sleep. People who slept poorly were more likely to develop problems with memory, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, depression, and later in life, dementia. But there was one question scientists couldn't fully answer. Why? What was happening inside the brain that made sleep so essential? That answer began to emerge in 2013. At the University of Rochester, neuroscientist Professor Micah Nedergaard and her colleagues discovered an entirely new cleaning system inside the brain. They named it the glymphatic system. Think of your brain like a busy city. Throughout the day, billions of brain cells are constantly working. They help you think, remember, learn, make decisions. And like every busy city, that activity produces waste. The remarkable discovery was that during deep sleep, the spaces between brain cells become slightly larger. This allows cerebrospinal fluid to flow more freely through the brain, washing away waste products that have accumulated during the day. Among those waste products is a protein called amyloid beta, one of the proteins closely associated with Alzheimer's disease. This discovery changed the way scientists think about sleep. Sleep isn't simply rest. It's one of the most important maintenance programs your brain performs. But here's the next question. Does this cleaning happen throughout the entire night, or are certain stages of sleep doing most of the work? The answer to that question is just as fascinating. So if your brain carries out this remarkable cleaning process while you sleep, the next obvious question is, does it happen throughout the entire night? Or only during certain stages of sleep? The answer is important because not all sleep is the same. While we often think of sleep as simply being asleep, your brain actually moves through several different stages every night, and each stage has its own job. A typical night's sleep consists of 4 stages that repeat every 90 minutes or so. The first 2 stages are light sleep. This is when your heart rate slows down, your breathing becomes more regular, and your body begins preparing for deeper sleep. The third stage is called deep sleep, or slow wave sleep. This is where your brain performs much of its most important repair work. Research suggests that the glymphatic system is most active during this stage, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to wash through the brain and remove waste products far more efficiently than when you're awake. Deep sleep is also when your body releases most of its daily growth hormone. Despite its name, growth hormone isn't just important for children. Throughout adult life, it plays a vital role in repairing tissues, maintaining muscle, supporting metabolism, strengthening bones, and helping your immune system recover. The question then becomes, if sleep is so important, why do millions of people struggle to get enough of it, even when they spend 8 hours in bed? If deep sleep is so important, why are millions of people getting less of it every year? The answer is rarely just one thing. For most people, it's a combination of modern lifestyle, stress, aging, and sometimes underlying medical conditions. As we get older, the amount of deep sleep we naturally produce begins to decline. That means the years when our brain and body need repair the most are often the years when we're getting the least of it. Stress is another major factor. When you're under constant stress, your body produces more cortisol, often called the stress hormone. Cortisol is designed to keep you alert and ready to respond to challenges. That's helpful during the day. But when cortisol remains elevated into the evening, it becomes much harder for your brain to transition into the deep, restorative sleep it needs. This is one reason why many people feel physically exhausted, yet mentally wide awake when they go to bed. Modern lifestyles add another challenge: bright screens late at night, irregular sleep schedules, late evening meals, too much caffeine, too little physical activity, and even insufficient exposure to natural morning sunlight can all disrupt your body's internal biological clock. The result is often less deep sleep and poorer quality REM sleep, even if you spend 8 hours in bed. And that's an important distinction. Sleep quantity and sleep quality are not the same thing. You can spend 8 hours in bed and still wake up feeling unrefreshed because your brain never spent enough time in the stages of sleep where the real repair work takes place. The encouraging news is that many of these factors are modifiable. Small changes in your daily routine can often produce meaningful improvements in sleep quality, and in some people, evidence-based nutraceuticals may provide additional support. The key words are evidence-based. Not every supplement marketed for sleep has good scientific evidence behind it, so let's look at what the research actually tells us. So, what can you do to give your brain the best opportunity to perform this remarkable repair work every night? The first step isn't found in a bottle, it's found in your daily routine. Try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day, including weekends. Your brain thrives on consistency. Get outside and expose your eyes to natural morning sunlight as early as possible. This helps reset your body's internal clock and supports your natural melatonin rhythm later in the evening. Avoid caffeine late in the day, especially after mid-afternoon if you're sensitive to it. Try to finish your evening meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Regular physical activity also improves sleep quality, but vigorous exercise is generally better earlier in the day than immediately before bed. For many people, these simple habits produce surprisingly meaningful improvements. But what if you've already made these changes and you're still struggling? This is where evidence-based nutraceuticals may have a role. Notice I said may. They are designed to support healthy sleep. They cannot replace it. One of the best studied nutrients is magnesium, particularly magnesium glycinate. Magnesium helps regulate hundreds of enzymatic reactions throughout the body and plays an important role in calming the nervous system. Research has shown that people with low magnesium levels are more likely to experience poor sleep, muscle cramps, anxiety, and increased nighttime awakenings. A randomized controlled trial published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that magnesium supplementation in older adults improved sleep time, sleep efficiency, reduced early morning awakening, lowered cortisol levels, and increased melatonin compared with placebo. Magnesium glycinate is generally preferred because it is well absorbed, gentle on the stomach, and the glycine component may provide additional calming effects. Another well-studied compound is L-theanine, a natural amino acid found in green tea. Rather than acting as a sleeping pill, L-theanine helps reduce mental overactivity and promotes a relaxed state without causing daytime drowsiness. Clinical studies suggest that it may improve sleep quality, particularly in people whose sleep is disrupted by stress or anxiety. The third compound is apigenin, a naturally occurring flavonoid found in chamomile, parsley, and celery. Apigenin appears to support the brain's GABA system, one of the pathways involved in relaxation and sleep initiation. Several clinical studies using chamomile extracts rich in apigenin have shown improvements in sleep quality and symptoms of insomnia in certain groups of people. It's important to remember that these compounds don't work like sleeping tablets. They don't force the brain to sleep. Instead, they help create the conditions that allow your brain to do what it was designed to do naturally. And that's an important distinction. No nutraceutical can replace healthy sleep. But when used appropriately, alongside good sleep habits, some may provide meaningful additional support. As always, if you have kidney disease, take prescription medications, are pregnant, or have ongoing medical conditions, speak with your healthcare professional before starting any supplement. If there's one thing I'd like you to remember from today's discussion, it's this. Your brain gets just one opportunity each day to clean, repair, and prepare itself for tomorrow. And that opportunity comes only when you're asleep. Sleep isn't wasted time. It's one of the most active and important biological processes in your entire life. While you're asleep, your brain is protecting your memory, repairing your body, strengthening your immune system, regulating your hormones, and preparing you for the day ahead. That's why no supplement, no medication, and no technology can ever replace healthy sleep. Evidence-based nutraceuticals such as magnesium, glycinate, L-theanine, and apigenin may help support better sleep in the right circumstances, but they work best when they're supporting healthy habits, not replacing them. So before you look for the next miracle supplement, protect the most powerful anti-aging therapy you already have: your sleep. If you found today's discussion helpful and you'd like to better understand how your body works so you can make informed decisions about your health, I'd love to have you join our community. My goal isn't simply to recommend supplements, it's to help you understand your body, understand the science, and make informed decisions about your health, naturally and scientifically. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect time. Every Monday and Friday, we explore the latest evidence in longevity, brain health, gut health, nutrition, and nutraceutical science, explained clearly, without hype, and without marketing. All of the scientific references discussed in today's episode are listed in the description below if you'd like to explore them further. Until we meet again on Friday, stay healthy, stay curious, and remember, every healthy choice you make today is an investment in the life you'll live tomorrow. Thank you for watching,